Hello Lego. Well, not quite, it's Lego rip-off time. It's Blox again. This time from Wilko. Now, for those not in the know, Wilko is a shop in the UK. They've rebranded themselves more recently. They used to be known universally as Wilkinson. They're a relatively cheap, affordable shop. Nowadays they're going by Wilko. I don't know why they've rebranded themselves. Maybe something about Wilkinson or Wilkoson or whatever the hell the name was before. Doesn't test quite so well. Anything with the word son in it perhaps isn't actually acceptable for some reason. But Blox is basically one of the better Lego rip-off brands, or knock-off brands, or whatever you want to call it. Tribute act even. And these are some Lego figures, or Lego style figures from Blox. So Blox figures for ages plus 3+. But for whatever reason they're branded as if though it's Wilko own brand. You can get lots of bits and pieces from Wilko, and I will be dedicating a few videos to stuff from them. This video is all dedicated to figures, so here we have one group of figures. Then we have the police force to keep you nice and safe, which includes for one reason Burglar Bill here, who seems to be, you know, just hanging around there, not as any part of a lineup. Then we have these guys. Notice that the colours on the box is changing ever so slightly. We've got purple here, then blue, then the construction crew and whatnot. Although that guy looks more like a bus conductor, and that guy looks more like a bus conductor. They could be train drivers for all I know. This one's got yellow. One final one, way out there, with white sort of coloured labelling here. We have astronauts and the surviving team members from Probathon 99. Yes, they probed the most rims in 1999. Make of that what you will. Well, which one do we open first? I'm just going to randomly select. I'm going to look away from the camera. I'm going to move all around like so, and turn it around like so. Is this entertaining? I don't think so. I'm going to go with this one, whatever it is, and it is Upside Down People. Right, they're Australians, aren't they? Okay, I'm going to need to go and cough. Hang on a second. Advance warning for headphone wearers. Whoops, too late. Yeah, so the packaging is basically going to be more or less the same in all cases. Well, it's the same blocks. It's the same blocks, yes, it's the same blocks, just coloured differently for some reason. And something about... Ooh, what does this say here? Blox Builder. What else can you build at wilkoblox.com? I'm really going to have to look into why Wilko is actually doing it this way. Oh no! Oh, excuse me while I sneeze like an out of control sneezing thing. Oh, I have no idea where that came from. It must be dust or something, because it certainly wasn't a cold kind of sneeze. Can I actually open this at all without... No, it does actually need scissors to be introduced to it. I think I just poked something. Oh, where did all this sticky tape come from? Yeah, I've really got to look into why Wilko is actually claiming this to be their own brand when Blox is very much their own thing. Maybe there's just some sort of special deal they've got going. Who knows? Oh, now I remember playing around with these sort of figures before. I've still got some somewhere. I may very well have inadvertently got myself the same sort of sets again, but then again, you can never have too many of a good thing. Oh, did you hear that crack? Yeah, the legs. They're very stiff and very firm and whatnot. You know, if you're not too careful, you could potentially hurt someone. I yourself, and the hairpiece has came off, and apparently will be lost all time because I don't know where the hell it's gone. No, there it is. Yeah, the hairpiece helmet. Let's just see what we've got here. Oh my god! Come on, autofocus, show people the horror. He's got a beard and he's got an open head. Yeah, that's something I've noticed before about these things. But that does mean you've got some variety. You can always take the helmet off one and put it on this guy, so he's got the helmet and they've got the hair. Not quite sure what he's supposed to be doing. He's got a high-vis jacket. Yes, okay, the thing I was afraid of. There's always, for some reason, the arms don't always stick in that well. You tend to have just a little bit of a sticking out bit like that. With a join between, because these are separate bits. The pegs just don't always seem to go in together too well. But otherwise it's nicely sculpted. It's just if you're wanting, you know, if you're wanting to use these properly, you might want to invest in some kind of glue just to keep them in there, because you've got that wobble factor which just looks horrible. But otherwise you can take the legs off. Evidently not compatible with Lego bodies in that case. Does this actually say about fits other construction kits? I think that might actually potentially be a lie. I shall have to actually do a comparison video at some point comparing these to actual proper Lego and if they are actually interchangeable. I think you might be able to put the heads on one another. Oh, this guy, whoever he may be, is also... Oh! Ow! I think I've heard less painful cracks coming from an arthritic elephant. Yeah, he... What is he? It's definitely some kind of uniform, but it's not a police uniform. It's military maybe? Air Force maybe? I mean, he's got this symbol here. Come on, autofocus. He's got this symbol here, which looks like wings. Let's just move him back a bit. There we go, autofocus has kicked in. You might just be able to see it. There we go. Wings, definitely wings. I think he's some kind of pilot. This guy on the other hand, who seems to be wearing the same colour uniform, well, the same style of uniform, but blue. Judging from the symbols, which you can't see at the moment because the autofocus is still playing silly games, it's a bus driver. Very old guy, but still, exactly the same uniform in many ways. Okay, but just slight different graphics and so on and so forth. Different colours, same hat, different colours. Face visors, what are you two like? Pretty much the same face, just different moustaches and different colours. Now, what are the chances that when you make this guy's legs bend, you're going to hear the crack? Shall we? Headphone wearers beware? Yeah, exactly the same thing. Alright, and then we've got these two fellas here. They've got very similar high-vis jackets, just different graphics. This one's got some goggles, this one's got some ear defenders, different coloured hats. One is black, one is white. Tell you what, let's see if the crack works the other way. Kinda, not quite the same. Yeah, if you bend it forward, you tend to get the crack. Is there anything that would indicate why you're getting that crack noise? No, nothing whatsoever. Right, I'm going to put those there, then grab this box here, which I have no idea what it is. It is random people for the street scenes. Rather nice looking people as well, from the looks of it. Let's just see if we can open this up. Da-dee-da-dee-da. Yeah. So what kind of use might these figures be if you're not actually going around using Lego figures? Well, you might actually be using them just for background characters. I mean, look at these. There's actually quite a bit of variety. You've got one black person and 4 white people. Yeah. Most of them who have their hair pieces on the right way. You could have a bit more variety in skin colour. I mean, just one black person? Come on. Actually, is she perhaps... She looks like she might be supposedly Japanese or Chinese or something along those lines. Maybe, possibly. I'm just getting a bad look at it through the viewfinder here. I'll look at it with my own naked eyes. Potentially she could be either Caucasian or East Asian. It's just it's like she's the equivalent of an anime character where the skin colour is so sort of generically coloured that could either be a white person or someone who's Japanese, for example, but not quite. Right, I've just realised one leg here isn't stiff at all, or isn't stiff to begin with, but the other leg is, so that must be where the cracking's coming from. Yeah. And once you've loosened the joint off, it doesn't repeat, but she's got quite a nice random selection of, she's got quite a nice print there. They've all got quite nice looking prints. You could conceivably get a couple of different crates of the civilians and just mix everything up so that you got different faces on this person, for example. Mix their t-shirts up and their trousers and the faces and so on and so forth, and do the same with this person and that guy's trousers and so on and so forth. Yeah, there's some possibilities here. Let's just take a look at what else we've got. Exactly, this guy kind of looks like he's wearing a cardigan. This guy has a file saying roam free, stay wild, so some sort of vegan maybe? And nothing else of interest on the back really. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about these figures, other than obviously the failing with the arms not being that secure, is that you don't get 2 faces on them, 2 different emotions. Let's take a look at the police force and burglar Bill, the person who should be behind bars, Although then again, he's hanging around as a police, perhaps that's exactly where he is. And he's just on a lineup here. Yeah, they all look quite nice. Obviously, due to packaging purposes or reasons of transit and whatnot, the hat on this one seems to have moved around a bit. This one seems to have the hair of Peter Capaldi in his earlier days as Doctor Who, or on Doctor Who rather. He was the Doctor on Doctor Who. Yeah, and variations in police uniforms, all of which look quite UK-centric, which makes me wonder, is Blox a UK-based company? Or do they just know what UK police forces look like, and therefore what UK criminals all look like as well, and therefore plan accordingly? Let's just take a quick look at the information on the box here. There is something here, right, okay, just with all the sad onions and whatnot. Produced in China for Wilko. Roebuck Way, Manton Wood, Worksop, Nottinghamshire, S83EG. They've got a care line which is a 08000 number, 329329. Colours and contents may vary from those shown. Colours and contents may vary from what's actually in display. The display is what is actually available. You don't provide additional box art in any way, shape or form to otherwise mislead us. So, what, you're being a little over jealous in that regard, I think. But, yeah. What a lovely police force. Nicely varied in all regards. High vis for officers that are probably on patrol late at night. And desk guy, who knows, commandant maybe? Who can really say? Alright, which means by process of elimination we have the space age people, which looks like it's going to be the same spacesuit in all regards, just with aliens wearing different clothing attires. And for those of you who have seen the Star Trek Picard trailer, one of the things they got right finally for Federation civilians is decent civilian wear, rather than the absolutely insane, stupid stuff that you tend to see in Star Trek's TV shows, where the civilian wear looks like stuff nobody in their right mind would want to wear. The aliens here seem to actually have a nice variety here. It's basically exactly the same clothing, just the colours have been switched around. So this one's got purple with yellow, and this one's got yellow with purple. The headpieces are basically hair helmets, just made to look like antennas. They're little green men with great big black eyes, soulless eyes, ready to probe you at a moment's notice. We've got a black astronaut and two white ones. One looks like she might be a woman, and one looks like he might be a man. He looks older. Yeah, you can tell she's a woman because of the eyelashes. That's always a sure sign. So this guy, yeah, he's got a helmet. This looks like the standard helmet that you get on any number of Lego kits for motorcycles and whatnot, except the visor comes off a lot easier. Oh, bloody hell, I mean, I don't even... It's possibly because it's so severely... Oh god, I'm going to decapitate this guy. Yep, I've decapitated him. His helmet is so severely tightly on his head that I can't really get any purchase to get the helmet off without taking his head off. So we may never know what the headless astronaut looks like. Yeah. That's going to do wonders for your decompression. But the actual spacesuit itself looks pretty good. I mean, he's even a British astronaut. I mean, are they all British astronauts? Yes, they are all British astronauts. And God knows, the way things are going with Brexit, we're probably going to end up leaving the planet Earth before we leave the EU. But, yeah. There's just one other slight problem with this, well, two slight problems, and even with the autofocus out of action, you can probably guess, just from the state of its arms, what that problem is. Yeah, you don't need me to point that out. Blox, you've fouled up a bit there. Couldn't you have provided white arms for the astronauts? Let's go hear that click noise. Oh, not that time. Yeah, it's always the left leg. There's always something about the left leg that makes them go click. Oh well, I'll leave it at that then. That is 15 minutes almost of your time that you are not going to get back because you've actually sat and watched this. So let me know what you thought in the comment section. Subscribe, like and all that, or go find somebody else to like and subscribe to. Yeah, okay, serious. Final sum of thoughts. pretty decent, apart from obviously the arms. The arms, especially the left arm for some reason, always looks like it's gonna fall out. And that's something Blox should really have sorted out by now, unless they've got a massive amount of stock that they still haven't shifted from years and years and years of however long they've been producing this. I'm gonna go do some research and I'm gonna put an end card on this to tell you what I found out about Blox. See you next time!